What is up, YouTube? I am back. I'm feeling so much better. And it's gonna be a little fun video. We got Simba here. He wanted to be in the video with his mama. She's a good boy. Yeah. But today, it's book haul day. So, I'll show you here. We've got some books to go over. I'm so excited. And sorry, my dog just walked over. And here, excited to the kitchen. So yeah, without further ado, let's get in. So the first book that I have here, my mother, who lives in another state from me, she likes to go thrift shopping a lot, and whenever she goes thrift shopping, she looks through the book section to see if she finds anything that I'm either looking for, or something that something that I like, the genres that I like to read. And then what she does is she calls me, she video calls me, and she's basically like, here's what I found, do you like any of them, just tell me yes or no. This was the book she found for me, and I'm so excited. The selection. Look at it. Look at it. I have been wanting to read this book forever. I first heard about it from TBR with Mom and Shar. Shar, I was actually talking about it. She had a dental appointment, and I believe it was the hygienist that mentioned to her about this series. And so she had mentioned that she wanted to read the series. And I don't really know how many books are in this series. When I see in the back of the book, there's obviously the selection, then there's the elite, and then there's it's called a selection novella. Let me show it to you right there. So basically, this is a competition of 35 girls. They all compete for the crown. One of the girls, see, does it say her name here? Oh yeah, her girl named America Singer gets put into this competition. And obviously, during the competition, you marry the prince. However, she has a boyfriend back home, a secret boyfriend back home. And so, yeah, does she stay with the secret boy? Does she end up going with the prince? What happens? I don't know. But I heard this was a fun, clean story. So if you like fun, clean princess stories, you might like this one. But yeah, so it's The Selection by Kiera Cass. Now the rest of these are other books that I've gotten thrifting in the past couple of months, and I just never added it into the video. Just so much was going on at the time. Being sick with COVID, no fun. So the first book here is Star Wars Dark Legends, written by George Mann. I mean, look at that shine here with the emblems here. Very, very pretty. And of course, we've got our man, Darth Vader, it was very heartbreaking when we found out, the passing of James Earl Jones. May he rest in peace. He was a great man, great actor. we knew him as Darth Vader. My husband and I knew him as Darth Vader. We knew him as Mufasa, the king in Coming to America. There was a second one. He also did a movie with Robin Williams that was pretty funny. And yeah, when I saw this book, my husband and I were both huge Star Wars fans. And we both like Darth Vader. However, Darth Vader is my husband's favorite Star Wars character. As you can see, we got Darth Vader on our wall right behind me. And we've got right next to him across, we've got Revan over there. And so when I saw this, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And on the back, it says, explore the dark side of the galaxy, if you dare. So I'm really glad to get my hands on this. It kind of matches this other Star Wars book that we got recently of half-price books, although this one is definitely smaller. It is a small book. Let's see, how many pages is it? And I'm surprised it's really good condition. Nope, that's the illustrator, the author. Alright, so there's 201 pages, so very small book. Not sure when I'll get to this one, because I have so many books lined up that I want to get through. I'm still working on finishing the Keeper of the Lost City series. The only reason why that's taken me a little while is because after every book that I finish reading, I'll read another book that's not part of the series, to kind of give my brain a rest from the series. Not that I don't like this, I love the series, I understand what the hype is, I totally agree with the hype. It's just, I don't want to end up burning myself out with the series. I want to be able to, enjoy it, finish it. I am trying to finish it before December 3rd. So that way I'd be ready for the next book that comes out, which I'm so excited for and I can't wait to get it. But, yeah. Star-Lord Dark Legends. This next book is kind of a funny story because I know you've seen this one in one of my previous videos a long time ago. And that is Kingdom Keepers Disney After Dark, Book 1 by Ripley Pearson. And the reason why I say you've definitely seen this before is because at one point I was collecting all of the books in this series. And I had a few of them. I think I had the first 4. And then for whatever reason, I unhauled them because I needed to make space because at the time my husband and I were just living in a little room in my parents' house and we didn't really have a lot of space. So, and I have a ton of books. So I had to unhaul, wow. Are you done? Okay. Sorry, that's our wall clock. It chirps whenever it on the hour. So yeah, I unhauled it and recently I kind of wanted to reread this series because my husband, he has an Audible membership because he doesn't like to read books, but he'll listen to them through Audible. And he had gotten me most of the first 5 of the series on Audible. And it made me kind of miss having these books again. And I didn't know that I unhauled them. I thought I still had them, and I asked my mom, I had video called her to check in her storage where the rest of my books were to see if they were there. Unfortunately, they were not, which told me that I, for whatever reason, unhauled them. But I was really excited to find book 1 again. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to get the rest of the series as a physical eventually, or just get them as an ebook on my Kindle. I'll see. I know for right now, because we live in a little studio apartment, these, and of course the last book of the Keeper of Lost Cities, the book that comes out in December, will most likely be the last physical books that I will get while living here in this apartment, only because of space issues. So the rest of my books will end up being ebook, and so yeah, I can't wait to reread this one again. I did read this one and I did enjoy it, and I didn't get a chance to read the rest of them, so maybe now's my chance. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys what this one was about. So basically it's about these kids, I want to say it's 5 kids, that they participate in this program, where Walt Disney World, where they get introduced to this program called DHI, right? Yeah, and which is called Disney Host Interactive, and basically they record themselves dressed up in as a guide, and they record their lines, and it produces an AI image of these kids as a guide for the guests in Walt Disney World. And these kids realize, I don't remember what it was, that they ended up getting stuck in Disney World or after hours, or something along those lines, that they end up getting into the Walt Disney World Park, Magic Kingdom, after hours. And that's when they realize all the Disney characters, they come to life after hours. So I thought that was really cool. I've always loved Disney. I used to work for Disney. It's actually how I met my husband. Yeah. Kingdom Keepers. I know there's actually another one that's actually based on Disneyland, I believe. I think that's the Return to Kingdom Keepers, or it might be a whole different series, and then there's also Return to Kingdom Keepers. So I'll eventually get to that. Oh, this next book, I was actually so excited. It is a Kathy Reichs novel, and I want to apologize to Miss Reichs, because this whole time I've been pronouncing her last name wrong. I've been pronouncing it as Rach's, and it's Reichs. I apologize for that. Well, there's an older picture of her right there. For those of you who don't know, I've been slowly collecting her Temperance Brennan series, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the second book of the Temperance Brennan series, which inspired the TV show Bones. And that's how I kind of found out about these books. My husband and I, we love Bones. We've watched every single episode over and over again, and I don't exactly remember how I found out that it was based on books. I think it was just something I was just curious and looked it up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta read the books. I read the prequel, loved it. I loved the first book, loved it. I did skip over and I did read a couple of her other books kind of out of order, only because I don't have a lot of them in order. So I'm really glad to have the second book, and now I can follow it from the first book, go from there. And as a matter of fact, recently, again, I want to thank Kathy Reichs. She just sent me a ARC copy of her newest one that just came out recently, called Fire and Bones, which I'm so excited to get to. I don't even care if I read it out of order. Every time I get her books, no matter what order it is, I'm gonna read it. I don't care. They're that good. If you're not familiar with Bones, Temperance Brennan is a forensic anthropologist who's very well known for her work, and she partners up with an FBI agent named Seeley Booth, who is a retired sniper from the Army, and it's basically them handling cases of murder victims and how they solve them, as well with some romance and some humor in between, which is really cool. I really enjoyed it a lot. But yeah. this next book, and I was actually really excited, again, to have this book, is You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen McManus. I have been wanting to read all of Karen McManus's books, because I started out with her book, The Cousins, and it's funny because my cousin, Megan, she was the first one that had it, and she had told me about it, and she was like, hey, you should read it, it's really cool, I'm reading it, and it's fun to read, it's about cousins, we're cousins, why not do it together? I'm like, alright, cool. So I got a copy, read it, loved it, wanted to read more. I do own One of Us is Lying, and I believe I also own One of Us is Next. However, that is in storage with my mom. Hopefully, sometime in the beginning of next year, we'll be able to get the rest of our stuff up here, with our tax return funds, but, we'll see. So this book here, I'll read the synopsis, I don't really remember what this one's about. But it says, Ivy, Mateo, and Cal used to be close. Now all they have in common is Carlton High and the beginning of a very bad day. Type A Ivy lost a student council election to the class clown, and now she has to face the school. Humiliated, heartthrob Mateo is burned out. He's been working 2 jobs since his family's business failed. And outsider Cal just got stood up again. Wow. So when Cal pulls into campus late for class and runs into Ivy and Mateo, it seems like the perfect opportunity to turn a bad day around. They'll ditch and go into the city, just the 3 of them, like old times. Except, they've barely left the parking lot before they run out of things to say, until they spot another Carlton High student skipping school, and follow him to the scene of his own murder. Whoa. In one chance move, their day turns from dull to deadly, and it's about to get worse. It turns out Ivy, Mateo, and Cal still have some things in common. They all have a connection to the dead kid, and they're all hiding something. Now they're wondering, could it be that their chance reconnection wasn't by chance after all? Ooh. Now I remember that. Yeah. I love how the front says, friends to the end. So, yeah, I can't wait to read this. I'm gonna do a little research, though, to see if, because the way it sounds, I think it ties in with maybe the One of Us is Lying books. But I'll see, because I definitely don't want to, if this is supposed to be meant to read in order that this one is, then I was trying to figure out which one comes first before this one. It might have been The Cousins, maybe, because it's kind of similar of the cover. I don't know, I'll find out. If it is The Cousins, I'll see if I can check out a copy from the library to reread it, because it has been a while since I read The Cousins. Yeah, so it is a mystery thriller, YA thriller, I should say. Yeah, this has a lot of good reviews on Goodreads, so it's got me really intrigued. And the last book I have had on my TBR for a long time. Forgot I had it on my TBR, and my mom happened to video call me while she was in the thrift store, and one of the employees, they happened to bring out a huge cart full of books. This one was on the top, and I'm like, that cover kind of looks familiar, and that name sounds familiar. I looked it up on my TBR list on Goodreads, and yeah, sure enough, it was one of those that was there, and I was like, holy crap, I forgot about it. And that is The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. Look how pretty those flowers are down there. It's kind of creepy, the woman there looking out the window. Not sure why it says praise for the mother-in-law when this is the good sister. Maybe it's part of it. But on the inside it says 2 sisters, 1 truth. But which one of them knows it? Interesting. In a little summary here, it says Fern Castle works in her local library. She has dinner with her twin sister, Rose, 3 nights a week. And she avoids crowds, bright lights, and loud noises as much as possible. Fern has a carefully structured life, and disrupting her routine can be dangerous. When Rose discovers that she cannot get pregnant, Fern sees her chance to pay her sister back for everything Rose has done for her. Fern can have a baby for Rose. She just needs to find a father. Simple. You would think. Not. Fern's mission will shake the foundation of the life she carefully built for herself and stir up dark secrets from the past in this riveting, rich, and shocking story of unexpected love. Interesting. So, yeah. So this sounds pretty interesting. I'll give it a try. No. Yeah. I have to find out why the back of the book says praise for the mother-in-law. I'm not sure when that's coming in. Okay. So The Mother-in-Law is another book that's a bestseller from Sally Hepworth. I'll have to figure out what that one is. But oh, on the back here, there's a little blurb here. It says, a deliciously entertaining novel about one woman's complicated relationship with her mother-in-law that ends in death. Okay. This one is perfect for fans of Big Little Lies. I think they kind of put the wrong blurbs on the wrong book, maybe? I don't know. But People Magazine put deliciously entertaining, packed with wit and suspense, and also delivers sharp insights about family dynamics and love. And US Weekly put, this one will keep you guessing until the very end. So, you can see the back there. And also, thin book. So, let me pile these up nicely so you can see this ginormous stack. Well, not ginormous stack, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books to add to my collection of books. Here's my little pile right here. I will be doing another video, hopefully by the end of this month. I'm hoping to finish the book that I'm currently reading right now, which is book 3 of Keeper of the Lost Cities, before the end of this month. And then I will do a video at the end of this month reviewing what I've read for September and go over my October plans, my October TBR plans. I should clarify that. And that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave here. I'm gonna go make some lunch, probably watch some TV while I eat, and then read some more. And yeah, and that's it. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell down below. Don't forget to spread the word to your friends and family about my channel. Share the love of books. And that's all, folks. Alright, guys. See you next time. Bye, guys.